Looking younger than your age may be seen as a gift, but true beauty is found in character, wisdom, and the condition of the soul. Society places a great emphasis on youth, often equating it with beauty, vitality, and success. People chase after the illusion of eternal youth, investing in products, surgeries, and treatments to preserve their appearance. But the question remains, what is the real measure of a life well lived? Is it the absence of wrinkles, the smoothness of skin, or the energy in one's step? Or is it something deeper, something that cannot be seen with human eyes, but is known only in the heart? There are those who look in the mirror and see a face untouched by time, yet their hearts are weary from the burdens of life. And then there are those whose hair has turned gray, whose hands bear the marks of years of labor, yet their spirit radiates joy, peace, and strength. The world may see only the surface, but God sees beyond that. He does not measure beauty by youthful features, nor does he count the years the way we do. Instead, he looks at the heart, the character, and the faith that sustains a person through the trials of life. True beauty is not something that fades with age. It is built through the choices we make, the love we share, and the kindness we show. A person who lives with integrity, who speaks with wisdom, and who walks in righteousness possesses a beauty that no wrinkle can erase. When you encounter someone whose presence brings comfort, whose words uplift, and whose heart is full of love, you see a beauty that is far greater than anything physical. It is a mistake to believe that youth alone is valuable. Many spend their years trying to hold on to it, fearing that age will take away their worth. But my friends, age is not something to be feared. It is something to be embraced. Every year is a testimony of God's faithfulness. Every wrinkle is a mark of wisdom gained, of lessons learned, of battles fought and won. The true measure of a life is not how young you look, but how deeply you have lived. If you have been given the blessing of looking younger than your years, do not take pride in it as though it were the greatest of gifts. Instead, ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Am I using my years wisely? Am I growing in character, in wisdom, and faith? Because in the end, what matters is not how the world sees you, but how God sees you. The outward body will always change, no matter how much we try to slow the process. But the soul, the soul can grow ever more beautiful with time. Think of the people who have impacted your life the most. Were they simply those who looked young? Or were they those who carried a light within them, an undeniable presence of goodness, grace, and strength? That is the kind of beauty that lasts. That is the kind of youth that never fades. So I ask you today, what is the condition of your heart? Are you more concerned with the passing of time? Or are you investing in the things that truly matter? Are you worried about the lines on your face? Or are you cultivating a spirit that shines with the light of love and kindness? The world may admire youth, but heaven values wisdom. The world may chase after beauty, but heaven seeks a pure heart. The world may count years, but heaven counts faithfulness. If you look younger than your age, it is not simply a gift to be admired. It is a reminder that true beauty is found in the life you live, the love you give, and the faith that carries you forward. So do not fear aging. Do not cling to youth as though it is the only thing that gives you worth. Instead, embrace every year with gratitude, knowing that your true value is not in how young you look, but in how beautifully you live. The outward appearance might defy time, but the heart reveals a person's true journey through life. Some people have faces that show little sign of aging, their skin still smooth, their hair still full, their energy still vibrant. When others see them, they marvel, saying, "You don't look a day over 30. They smile, feeling as if they have somehow escaped the passage of time. But time is not measured in the skin, it is measured in the soul. A person may look young, but the weight of life, the experiences, the joys, the heartaches, rest not on the face, but on the heart. There are those who have walked through deep sorrows, whose hearts have carried burdens heavier than most can imagine. They have lost loved ones, faced disappointments, endured hardships that no one else sees. And yet, when people look at them, they see only a youthful face, a bright smile, an energy that seems untouched by trouble. But what the world cannot see is the depth of their journey. They may not show signs of aging on the outside, but their heart has felt every passing year. Conversely, there are those whose faces bear the marks of time, yet their spirits remain youthful. They may have wrinkles, their hair may be graying, but their laughter is full, their eyes are bright, their hearts are light. They have learned that true youth is not about the number of years one has lived, nor is it about the absence of age on the skin. It is about the ability to still hope, to still love, to still believe in goodness despite all that life has thrown their way. Some people chase after youth, fearing that time will take something precious from them. They try to hold on to their appearance, thinking that as long as they look young, they will remain relevant, valuable, important. But my friends, youth is not measured by the smoothness of skin. It is measured by the joy that still resides in the heart. It is measured by the kindness that still flows from a person's spirit, by the peace they carry, by the love they share with others. What good is it to look young if your heart is weary? What value is there in appearing untouched by time if inside you are weighed down by bitterness, regret, or fear? A heart that is full of love, full of grace, full of faith, that is a heart that never grows old. Some of the oldest souls I have ever met have been wrapped in young bodies. They walk through life with a heaviness, carrying wounds that have aged them beyond their years. And yet, I have met men and women with gray in their hair, lines on their faces, and yet they carry a spirit so full of light, so full of laughter, that they seem younger than the youngest among us. The difference is not in how they look, but in how they live. A heart that holds on to joy, that forgives easily, that sees beauty in the little things. This is a heart that remains forever young. A person who does not let life harden them, who continues to love freely, who does not allow disappointment to turn into bitterness. This is a person who, no matter their age, will always have a spirit that is fresh and full of life. So let me ask you today, how old is your heart? Do you still find wonder in the world? Do you still believe in love and kindness, in the goodness of God? Or has life aged you in ways no one else can see? You may look young on the outside, but if your heart has grown cold, if your spirit has become weary, if your joy has faded, then no amount of youthful appearance will ever restore what has been lost. But if your heart is still open, if your soul is still tender, if you still wake up each day with hope, then no matter what age you are, you will always carry a youthfulness that no wrinkle can erase. True youth is not found in the mirror. It is found in the way we live, in the way we love, in the way we trust that no matter how many years pass, the soul that is rooted in faith, in joy, in gratitude will never truly grow old. Paint is not creams, diets, or exercise that keep a person truly young. It is a heart filled with love, faith, and purpose. The world spends billions trying to unlock the secret to eternal youth. Scientists research new treatments, doctors promise age-reversing procedures, and beauty companies flood the market with products that claim to stop time. People chase after these things, believing that if they can keep their skin smooth, their hair thick, and their bodies strong, they can somehow hold on to youth. But the secret to true youth is not found in a bottle or a medical breakthrough. It is not about maintaining the perfect diet, following the latest fitness trend, or avoiding every wrinkle. A person can do all of these things and still feel empty inside. They can look young on the outside and yet carry a heart that is old, tired, and burdened. Real youth, the kind that never fades, comes from within. It is found in a heart that beats with love, a spirit that is filled with faith, and a life that is driven by purpose. A person who loves deeply, who forgives freely, who lives each day with gratitude and hope, that is someone who remains young no matter their age. Because youth is not simply about how the body looks, it is about how the soul feels. Think of the people who seem to glow with energy, who light up a room just by being in it. They may not have the smoothest skin or the strongest body, but there is something about them that draws others in. They carry a presence that is full of warmth, kindness, and strength. They do not let the worries of life steal their joy. They do not hold on to bitterness or let disappointments harden their hearts. They walk with faith, trusting that each day is a gift, and they live with purpose, knowing that their life has meaning beyond the physical. Compare that to someone who's consumed with worry, resentment, or fear. They may have a youthful face, but their heart is weighed down by burdens they refuse to let go of. They are always anxious, always stressed, always chasing after something they can never quite reach. They may look young, but inside they feel exhausted. Their heart has grown old, not from years, but from the weight of carrying things they were never meant to bear. A heart that is young is a heart that trusts. It is a heart that believes in the goodness of God, in the beauty of life, in the power of love. It is a heart that does not waste time in anger or resentment, but instead chooses to embrace every moment with gratitude. It is a heart that understands that life is not about holding on to youth, but about living in a way that keeps the spirit alive. Purpose is another key to lasting youth. People who wake up each day knowing they have a reason to live, a mission to fulfill, a calling to follow. These are the ones who never grow old. They may age in body, but their spirit remains strong. Their eyes are filled with vision, their hearts with passion. They do not waste time dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. They live fully in the present, making the most of each day, knowing that life is too short to be spent in regret. Some of the youngest people in the world are not those with perfect skin or toned muscles, but those with hearts full of joy, minds full of wisdom, and souls full of love. They have discovered that the true secret to youth is not found in preserving the body, but in nurturing the spirit. So let me ask you today, where do you find your youth? Do you look for it in the mirror, or do you find it in the way you live your life? Are you more concerned with how you look to the world, or are you focused on keeping your heart full of the things that truly matter? The world tells you that youth is about appearance, but I tell you today that youth is about love. It is about faith. It is about purpose. It is about living in such a way that your spirit remains fresh, your heart remains open, and your soul remains light. A person who walks in love, who trusts in God, who embraces their purpose, will never truly grow old. The body may change, but the heart will remain forever young, as every year is an opportunity to grow in wisdom and grace. Do not fear aging, but embrace the purpose it brings. Society has trained us to see aging as a burden, something to resist, something to dread. People count their birthdays with worry, noticing every wrinkle, every gray hair, every sign that time is moving forward. They try to stop the clock, believing that youth is the only season worth celebrating. But my friends, what if I told you that aging is not a curse but a calling? What if I told you that every year added to your life is a gift, not a loss? Life is not meant to be lived in fear of time. Time is a teacher, a guide, a blessing. Every day you wake up is another opportunity to grow in wisdom, to become stronger in character, to deepen your faith, to extend more grace to others. When you were younger, you may have lived for yourself, chasing after things that seemed important at the time. But as the years go by, you begin to see what truly matters. You begin to understand that life is not about staying young. It is about growing into the person you were meant to be. The world tells you that age takes away from you, that it steals your beauty, your energy, your worth. But I tell you today, age adds to you. Every wrinkle is a reminder of laughter shared, of battles fought, of lessons learned. Every gray hair is a sign of the wisdom you have gained through trials and victories. Every year that passes is another chapter written in your story. A story that is uniquely yours, shaped by your experiences, your choices, and your faith. Think about a tree standing tall in the forest. When it is young, it is thin and fragile, easily swayed by the wind. But as the years pass, its trunk thickens, its roots go deeper, its branches stretch wider. The storms that once threatened to knock it down no longer shake it the same way. The tree stands firm, not because it is young, but because it has grown. The same is true for you. The years do not weaken you, they strengthen you. They deepen your roots, they give you stability. And yet so many people try to deny the reality of aging, as if fighting against time will somehow bring them more life. But life is not found in resisting the years, it is found in embracing them. A person who fears aging is a person who does not understand the beauty of growth. They cling to the past, afraid to step into the fullness of who they are becoming. But those who embrace their years with grace, who see each birthday as a blessing, who walk forward with confidence, these are the ones who truly live. You see, aging is not just about getting older. It is about stepping into your purpose. When you were younger, you may have been in a rush, chasing dreams, building your life, proving yourself to the world. But as time goes on, you begin to see that life is not about chasing, it is about becoming. It is about using the wisdom you have gained to guide others. It is about pouring love into the next generation. It is about understanding that your value is not in how young you look, but in how deeply you have lived. Think about the people who have impacted your life the most. Were they the ones who looked the youngest, or were they the ones who carried wisdom, kindness, and grace? The ones who had lived enough life to know what truly matters? The ones who could look at you with eyes full of understanding, who could speak words that carried weight because they had walked the road before you? That is the beauty of aging. That is the purpose of time, to mold you, to shape you, to equip you to be a blessing to others. So let me ask you today, are you afraid of getting older, or are you embracing the purpose that comes with it? Are you resisting time, or are you allowing time to refine you? Are you clinging to what was, or are you stepping boldly into what is to come? The world tells you to fear the passing years, but I tell you today, embrace them. Walk forward with confidence. See every year as a gift, every wrinkle as a mark of wisdom, every gray hair as a sign that you have lived. Let your life be a testimony, not of how young you looked, but of how deeply you loved, how faithfully you walked, how purposefully you lived. Aging is not something to fight against. It is something to honor. It is a privilege denied to many. It is a journey that brings you closer to the fullness of who you were meant to be. So do not fear it. Do not resist it. Instead, let every year be a reminder that you are growing, that you are learning, that you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more filled with grace. That is the true beauty of life. Today, the outer appearance may change, but the light of the soul shines brighter with time. The world measures beauty by youthful features, by the smoothness of skin, the strength of the body, and the absence of time's touch. But true beauty is not found in the fading glow of youth. It is found in the depth of the soul. A face may wrinkle, hair may turn gray, and the body may slow down, but the spirit, the spirit can shine brighter with each passing year. Some people spend their lives chasing the illusion of eternal youth. They stand in front of the mirror, searching for lines, hiding the signs of age, fearing that the passing years will make them less valuable, less admired, less seen. But my friends, do you know what truly makes a person shine? It is not youth. It is not the absence of wrinkles. It is not the smoothness of the skin. It is the presence of love. It is the depth of kindness. It is the wisdom that comes from a life well lived. Have you ever met someone whose very presence brings peace? They may not have the face of a young man or woman, but there is something about them that draws you in. Their eyes, though touched by age, hold a light that is undeniable. Their words carry weight, not because they are loud, but because they are filled with truth. Their hands, though worn from years of labor, are gentle, always ready to comfort, to bless, to give. That, my friends, is the beauty that never fades. The light of a soul that has walked with love, that has chosen faith over fear, that has embraced the journey of life rather than resisted it. Such a soul does not diminish with age. It shines brighter. It carries the radiance of experience, of lessons learned, of battles fought and victories won. We live in a time where people are desperate to hold on to youth, believing it is the only thing that makes them valuable. They chase after every new trend, every promise of eternal beauty, but in doing so, they often neglect the most important thing, their soul. They spend hours trying to perfect the outside, but they forget to nurture what is within. They invest in keeping their bodies young, but they let their hearts grow weary, bitter, and afraid. But the truth is, no matter how much we try to preserve our youth, time will have its way. The body will change, the face will age, the years will leave their mark, but the soul, that is something that can grow more beautiful with time. The soul that has loved deeply, that has served selflessly, that has walked in faith, that is a soul that radiates a beauty that no wrinkle can hide. Some of the most beautiful people in this world are not the ones with flawless skin or the most youthful appearance. They are the ones who have lived with passion, who have given their lives to something greater than themselves, who have chosen kindness over selfishness, who have carried the burdens of others with grace. Their beauty does not come from the outside, It comes from within. It is the light of a soul that has been refined, that has been tested by time and found to be full of love, full of wisdom, full of grace. Think about the people who have left the greatest impact on your life. Were they the ones who looked the youngest? Or were they the ones who carried a presence, a light, a spirit that was undeniable? The ones who had a way of making you feel seen, who spoke words that stayed with you long after they were gone, who loved without condition, who lived with purpose. That is the kind of beauty that never fades. That is the kind of youth that time cannot take away. So I ask you today, what kind of beauty are you chasing? Are you spending more time preserving the outside than nurturing what is inside? Are you more concerned with the years that pass than with the love you give? Are you afraid of aging? Or are you embracing the truth that every year is an opportunity to shine even brighter? The world tells you that youth is beauty, but I tell you today, true beauty is found in a heart full of love. True beauty is in the wisdom that comes with time. True beauty is in a soul that has learned to trust, to hope, to believe. Your face may change, your hair may turn gray, your body may slow down, but if your soul is full of light, if your heart is full of love, if your spirit is full of faith, then you will shine brighter with every passing year, because true beauty does not fade. It only grows stronger. And that, my friends, is the kind of beauty that lasts forever.